In The Phantom Menace, we were introduced to the concept of midi-chlorians, and how these microorganisms were essentially the Force itself. In the same movie, we were also told how the Jedi of the Republic confirm a child's connection to the Force with their midi-chlorian count from a blood test. If they possessed a certain number of midi-chlorians, usually in the upper thousands, then they would be taken back to become a Jedi. In Attack of the Clones, Count Dooku tells Obi-Wan of the fact that hundreds of senators were under the influence of the Sith Lord named Darth Sidious. After being rescued, Obi-Wan later informs the Jedi of this. So with this starting information, you would think that the Jedi would immediately go out and start testing all of the senators and everyone in the Chancellor's office, including Palpatine, for their midi-chlorian counts, in an effort to discover, or at the very least pinpoint, the few individuals who had a strong connection to the Force. This would have allowed the Jedi to keep a close eye on the few individuals with exceedingly high midi-chlorian counts, and to investigate them whenever they did anything suspicious. So why didn't they do this? Well, there are a few reasons why they didn't go out and test everyone's blood. First was that they believed this revelation from Dooku was a trick, that's purpose was to have the Jedi cause inner turmoil within the Republic, as they looked for this so-called Sith Lord. Also, the Jedi were pretty arrogant at this point in time, and believed that they would surely have sensed a dark side user, let alone a Sith Lord within the Senate building. So, many of them probably didn't take Dooku's warning too seriously. But there were a few Jedi that did take his warning seriously. But they then had another barrier to overcome. The thing is, even if the Jedi wanted to take on the task of testing every senator's blood, they wouldn't have the authority to just do it without legal approval. Remember, the Jedi serve the Senate, not the other way around. They would need the Senate to approve their investigation and blood tests before they could legally perform such an act. And there was no way that the Senate would allow such an investigation to take place, whether it be for privacy reasons or out of spite against the Jedi. Not every senator liked the Jedi. Actually, many of them disliked them, or were frustrated with them. Sure, the Jedi were dispatched to settle conflicts on Republic worlds, but they didn't always settle the conflict the way the senator or the governor of the world wanted them to. So they of course wouldn't trust or want the Jedi to go anywhere near them with such an intruding assignment. There were two Jedi that had an idea on how to get around this barrier, however. Jedi Master Ronhar Kim and his Padawan Tap Narpal presented their plan on finding this secret Sith Lord to Palpatine by suggesting that they use the midi-chlorian blood testing devices to uncover the hidden menace. Palpatine of course explained to them why such a task wouldn't be feasible, as it could cripple the already fragile Republic from within and cause even more anger towards the Jedi as they tried to reveal something most senators didn't even know or fully understand, and that other senators like Bail Organa would refuse solely on principle alone. To counter his arguments, the Jedi suggested that Palpatine be the first one to be tested, and to have him set an example for all other members of the Senate. Unlike the Jedi, Palpatine's approval ratings were at an all-time high and he was widely respected. Any senator who would not follow his lead would greatly risk harming his or her own political career. They had made a good point, too good of a point. Palpatine then asked if they had told this plan to anyone else on the Jedi Council. They had not, believing it best to go over the plan with him before telling the Council. And what a fatal mistake that was. Palpatine then told the two Jedi that he would think it over, and requested for them not to tell anyone of this plan, in hopes of keeping it a secret from the supposed Sith Lord. The Jedi agreed to keep the plan to themselves, and that they would meet with the Chancellor again to discuss it further once they got back from their mission to Mersin. When they left, Palpatine secretly contacted Dooku and warned him of the Republic's attack on Mersin, and ordered him to ensure that all Republic forces, including the Jedi, were to be killed. Dooku did as his master demanded, reinforcing the Separatists on Mersin over 5 times more than what the Republic intelligence believed there to have been initially. And thus, when the Jedi confronted the droid army, they were completely overwhelmed and later killed. Their plans on uncovering the Sith Lord died with them. And then, pulling a classic Palpatine move, the Chancellor went on to publicly mourn for their deaths, and boosted himself up even more as a caring leader who was going through the same anger as everyone else affected by the war. His secret of being the dreaded Sith Lord that the Jedi were looking for was now safe once more. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. And as always, may the Force be with you.